Hey, it's your girl Optimistic K, or you can call me Coach K. Welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, so it is time for another Level 27 video. Let's get to it. Alright, the first two videos I talked about finding your niche and defining your dream, and I also talked about deciding if you wanted to go to college or not. So this week I want to talk about how to build your master plan. The first thing I want to talk about is understanding your vision. It is vital that you are clear about what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, and like have some type of timeline in your mind of how you want to get these things done. So when I say understanding your vision, I mean being certain that this is something that you're passionate about, something that you really love, and you need to be chasing your dreams. Honestly, in this day and time, we live in a world where things are very uncertain. You don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to actually make it to the next day. So we cannot waste time doing things because other people want us to do, and we have to focus on being purpose driven and chasing the things that God is telling you to chase. So number one is understanding your vision, and you can get started on that by looking at the first video. Actually the first two videos that will help you understand your vision and clear up what you're trying to do. So go watch those videos if you haven't. Alright, number two, you have to do the research. When I say do the research, I mean the same way you get on Instagram and like be low-key lurking on people's pages. That's how you need to be lurking to figure out what you're trying to do with your life. So I want you to get on Google and like research different types of jobs in the field that you feel like you're supposed to be in, the field that's your dream. Like for an example, I love working with students and I love media. I love creating videos and talking and doing things like that. So if I was a student, I would go online and like look up jobs that require speaking to students, or jobs that are in multimedia like radio, television, film, and just try to see which one fits me best, which one fits my personality, and which one, you know, feels right to me. Then I would continue to research on that topic. Understand that you don't have to choose one thing, you can choose multiple things, but you also need to be mindful that if you choose multiple things and you want to do multiple things, there's a time and a place for everything. So it's probably best that you choose something that's going to get you in the field, that's going to help you learn the skills and gain the knowledge that you need to be able to do all the different things you want to do. So basically like something that's going to be a stepping stone to that next level. Alright, when you do your research, it's important that you ask yourself, is this job going to be relevant next year or in the next 10 years? Is this job going to be something that grows, or is it going to die out in the next couple of years? If it's something like that, you probably don't want to get into that field because you want longevity. You want to be able to do a job for 40 plus years if you feel like working that long. You don't want to do something that's kind of a fad or like a what's the word? You don't want to do something that's going to be a trend. You want to do something that's going to be long lasting and that you'll love. So make sure you keep that in mind. Another thing you want to ask yourself when you're looking and researching those jobs, you want to look at the salary base, you want to look at the requirements, you want to look at like the job description and the different things like that to see if it fits the type of lifestyle that you want to have. Will this job support the life you want to have financially? You know, does it offer growth, benefits, and different things like that? Or is there a glass ceiling on the job? Is it something that you can really like evolve in? So that's what you really want to focus on. You want to focus on growth, you want to focus on financial stability, and you want to also focus on, is it meeting your requirements for your dream? And then you want to ask yourself, do I already have some of the skills that this job requires me to have? you want to ask yourself, what all do I need to acquire in order to be qualified for this career? And you want to make sure you're jotting all this down in a notebook, or texting it in your phone in a memo or something. You want to take notes throughout this whole process. You want to learn everything you can about each field that you think you want to be in, and that way you can narrow it down later and figure out exactly how you're going to attack it. You don't want to put yourself in a box. That's the one thing I want to tell you. You don't want to put yourself in a box and be a one-trick pony. It's always great to be multifaceted. Multifaceted, sorry. It's always good to be able to do more than one thing. So you really want to make sure that this career field gives you an opportunity to spread your wings and really try new things and flourish. Really, you just want to be able to flourish in whatever you're doing. So number 3 is get advice. When I say get advice, I mean talk to people who are in the field. If you don't know anybody that's in that field, get on your computer, look up some people at different jobs or different businesses, email them. You can email them and ask them to talk to them one day. You can actually show up one day at different businesses and try to see if you can get a quick little 10-minute meeting and try to absorb knowledge from people who are actually in the field that you want to be in. I personally did this when I was in college. I knew I wanted to be in higher education, so I emailed all of the universities in the area, and TCU actually gave me an opportunity to be an intern. You have to be willing to work for free and understand that you're not working for free, you're gaining knowledge, and knowledge is priceless. So you want to make sure that you're putting yourself in the right positions to gain as much knowledge as possible, because at the end of the day, you can't get to something that you don't know about. You have to have some kind of revelation of what it is that you want and gain some insight on how to get there. So the best way to do that is to talk to somebody that's in the field. Another way to get advice is to get a mentor. You may be able to actually gain a mentor through talking to people who are already in the field. When you go to meet with some people that are already in the field or professionals, ask them, do they have 3 other people they could refer you to that could really tell you some things that could be helpful. That's a way that you can network and gain insight and just really spread your wings a little bit. That's how I got my mentors. I actually interned for free, and then after a year they started paying me, and then I gained mentors through being at that internship because a number of people would come through the office and I would just talk to them. Do not be afraid to talk. You gotta open your mouth. Closed mouths do not get fed. You have to open your mouth and be vocal about the things that you want. And that's why it's important to know and understand what your vision is so that you can be able to be vocal about it. After you talk to professionals, you try to get you a mentor. If you can't find a mentor, it's okay. But keep in touch with those professionals that you talked to previously. Alright, and the last person or people that you need to talk to in this whole equation is your loved ones, your friends, your family. Talk to them and ask them, what are some of your strongest attributes? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are some things they see in you? Ask them what type of career do they see you having? Because sometimes your family members or your loved ones, friends, they know stuff about you that you don't even know about yourself. They just, learn it by being observant. So take into account what they say, listen to them and try to, check out the things that they say as well. The one thing I like to do is ask my loved ones, what is one word you would use to describe me? And that right there tells me a lot. Ask them that question and then ask them why they think that. That kind of opens up Pandora's box for you a little bit. It gives you a lot of insight on some things that you don't see in yourself, and it could help you find the key to unlock your destiny. So talk to your loved ones and your friends and your family and just get some insight from them. But I do want to say this, understand that you're taking advice. You're not taking direction from them. You're taking advice. So the difference is you're listening, you're internalizing it, but you're ultimately making that decision for yourself. Don't allow anybody to influence you when you're making this decision. You just take in everything, you do your research, you know your vision, and you make your plan, because at the end of the day, you have to complete it. You have to do the work. You got to do everything. So respectfully take their advice, internalize it, and bring it all the information in together before you make your decision, but make sure you're making the decision. Now we're to the fourth step, setting your goals. Now setting your goals should be fairly easy, because after you've done your research, after you understand your vision, after you've talked to professionals, you've gained a certain amount of knowledge about what it takes to get to your ultimate dream. Okay, so step 4 should be fairly easy. It is time to start setting your goals and making your plan. Basically, you're taking a combination of everything you've learned, everything you've researched, and your vision, and you're compiling it to make your master plan. The first thing I would do is look at the requirements and ask myself, do I have the skills? Do I have, the education for the job I want to do? And also, what else do I need to gain in order to be qualified for this position? Research those requirements. Take each one of those sections that I just gave you, and I want you to write down point by point by point and step by step the things that you have to do to be qualified for that position. So, for an example, ask yourself, do you need a degree? Do you need certain skills for this job? Do you need to know certain people? If that's the case, you need to put yourself in a position to be successful. First thing, if you have to go to college to get this job, you need to find out what kind of degree you need to have, what your major needs to be. You need to see what schools are the best schools for that specific degree. You also need to check on, the cost of school and how you're going to pay for it. You need to check out different organizations that are tailored to that major or to that career field, and try to get involved. Try to get involved in everything, so that you can learn and absorb as much knowledge as possible. So this is the part where you start making decisions based on what you need to do in order to reach your goals. So just stay focused, keep grinding, and respect the process, and sacrifice and do what you got to do now so that you can have fun later.